Hey folks, Landstryder here, and you're watching episode 54 in season 3 of my Nightmare series. I'm in the Crash Landing mod pack by Iskandar. This pack's available on the Feed the Beast launcher. Be sure and check out Iskandar's website for all things Crash related. Link in the description. So, it appears that something's happened at my base. There's dust around. There's some fire going on. There's dust everywhere. Apparently it's blocked off my elevator here. I can't get up. So I think there's dust on top of it up there. And if I come out here and look, oh, what's this? What is this? Oh my God, meteors again. Hope nothing got damaged, Captain Ego. And then hiding down here in the corner, Nemsun claims to have nothing to do with it. Okay. And it looks like my autonomous activator's gone, so you know what that means. That means I've been hacked. So let me come in here first and reboot my security station real quick. That'll take a few seconds, and then once that's done, I should be able to reload my dudes in here, my drones, if I can find them. Well, this chest is new. Oh, okay, good. They left my drones. At least that's nice of them. And their weapons. I hope that these guys did a good job of giving them a headache. So I did test these with the cleavers, and they do a lot more damage than they did with the etheric swords. I don't think the etheric swords were registering as the proper weapon. I don't think they recognized them as normal weapons. So it's still got 13 seconds to reboot. And as soon as that's done, then I can go ahead and reload these guys into the autonomous activator. I don't want to put them in there sooner, otherwise they'll go nuts and start trying to kill things, or anybody that comes by. Anyway, they don't guard the. There we go. Now they're ready to go in there. Okay, security's all reset. No problem there. But now I got the problem of trying to clean this area up. So before I can do much, I need to get this area cleaned up. Hopefully they haven't done anything to mess with the systems down here. I'm gonna make sure that the reactor's running. That's okay. Don't see anything out of place that I can tell. I jump down here, look around. No, doesn't appear to be anything out of place. My dude's gone, but that's probably the drones killed him because he wasn't on the list of things that could be. Oh, hey, Shane's online, so. Let me see if I can bring him into this conversation.
Looks like you got a bit of a mess at your base.
Yeah, I was just doing the response to this. So, yeah, welcome back. You can see that we've got a crazy mess to clean up here. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to have some drones do it for me because there's a lot of mess to clean up. So let me go down and get a drone programmed real quick while I'm doing that. And then I was looking around to make sure that there's no funny business going on. I don't see anything else messed up that I can tell anyway. Oop. Is your area okay? Looks all right. I mean, I don't think they mess with anything.
No, it looks like it's all right there.
My drum's full of XP again, which I think means I'm either gonna have to make more drums or use some experience. I don't think I have any more drums. Let me check. Nope, I have 6 full drums of experience. Maybe I'm not even gonna worry about it for time being. So everything seems to be okay as far as I can tell.
Okay. Well, in the city, I'm going to see if I can't get it to work, and maybe try and create a log for myself here. Let's see here.
Uh-oh, I found something messed up. What's going on here?
Hey, is this thing working?
Which thing?
This camera that I found over in the city. I'm trying to see if I can get it to work here. Okay, there it is. I think it's working now. Alright. Like I said, I found a camera over in the city, and I figured I'd go ahead and do a survivor log on it. And
Oh man, I need to clean off the top dust here to get that last elevator working.
Yeah, I wanted to go ahead and show the people on a log here that apparently somebody's came over to your base and has just completely filled it with dust everywhere. Meteors again. Hope nothing got damaged. Captain Ego. So a dust meteor?
Actually, if you get up on the roof here, you can see the meteor outside of the base. It's quite large, quite large. You look up there, look over
Good.
there on the outside.
Good grief! So that just kicked a bunch of dust over here on your base, then, didn't it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It just scattered dust all over here. Crazy amount. They're on top of the trees and everything. So yeah, let me get a drone programmed here. Actually, and then once I get this drone program to start working to clear this dust out, maybe then I can figure out what's up with my Steve's Factory Manager system down here. Some of the things had red exclamation points, so not sure what happened to it. I got to figure it out here in a second.
Okay.
Okay, so this guy should have the correct program. Yeah, that's already in there. And then I put a shovel in here. Because, yeah, it needs a shovel to collect dust, or to kill the dust quickly. And then I got to get some waypoints real quick. And, you know, did I tell you about this system I have down here yet?
Which one's that?
This cloning system, this new cloning system I set up.
No,
over here.
I'd seen that you'd been doing some research over here with some of the mobs, but I didn't know what it was for.
Yeah, well, I had an idea that maybe I could take some samples and be able to clone something. It sort of worked the first attempt, but I've added some stuff to it. I've added the liquid experience and the destabilized redstone and some pink slime and some liquid meat. So it should be able to take those three fluids and, using the cloning chamber here, combine them into a new entity if it has a sample.
Okay, so you want me to head over to the city, see if I can't find some samples or something?
Yeah, maybe you could find a sample over there and we could give it a test.
Okay. Well, then let's go ahead and I guess I'm gonna head over to the city, and I will go and let you clean up the base a little bit. So I'm gonna
and if you wanted, you could take the new quantum teleporter if it hasn't been broken.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you getting something like that, didn't you?
Yeah, we come down here all the way to the basement here. The quantum teleporter chamber is actually in full effect and working. You can see that I've got the lights on the inside working now.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just push the button, it'll take you to the other side.
All right. Well, I guess I'll see you here in a few minutes.
And I'm gonna see if I can't get the base cleaned up real quick. So I'll be back after I get the programmed stuff, and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, I've got the drone programmed. He should, in fact, grab his shovel out of there and then go up and start clearing all the area up above. So let me put him down, and he's going to grab that, and he's going to go start clearing dust for me up there. So that should be good. Now, I think I figured out what's up. If I look in here, my camel pack is not refilling like it's supposed to, and if I look at the aerial interface, there's a problem that says Winpego cannot be found on the server. So he's obviously tried to hijack my system, but that's not going to work because he didn't fix the SFM, which is fine. So all I got to do to fix this is pick that back up and put it down again, and now it should be back to registered to me. And then I've got to fix all of my inputs in here. So this input should be okay. I got to figure out what am I doing here. This is the inventory. It's going to be that. It's going to be not the north. Actually, no, that's still fine. So all the sides it should save. All I got to do is go back through And everywhere there's one of these red exclamation points, I need to select the aerial interface again, and that's going to fix this program. So I'll have this here fixed up in just a moment. And then hopefully by the time that I get this all fixed up and done, Shane should be headed back from the city, I hope. Okay, I've put some controls in here, so this will give you a nice indication as to when these are on. So all these need to be turned on before the reconstructor here will activate. So hey, Shane's back.
Hey, how's it going?
You're just in time. I just finished installing the final controls on this new system. Let me close this up. Chamber's sealed.
Okay, I actually managed to find some looks like samples from Lisa, so I'm hoping this works.
Oh, cool. Decayed skin sample of Lisa. Excellent. That should work. So all we have to do is toss that into here and then close up the chamber. And you want to do the honors? Go ahead and start flipping the switches. Go ahead and turn on the Liquid XP first.
Liquid XP first, okay.
And then activate the redstone. Destabilize redstone.
All right.
Give it some pink fluid. Some of the pink slime. That's for forming the brains.
Okay.
And then give it some liquid meat. That'll form all the muscles. Okay.
All right. So you you really think this is going to work?
Okay, I think it worked. Let's go ahead and shut down all these switches first. Should be done. Whoops. There we go. All right, you want to do the honors? You want to look in there?
You sure this is going to work?
I hope so. Go ahead, take a look.
What? Hey, wait a minute. That ain't Lisa. What?
That's Lisa.
No, what you do?
It's evil Lisa.
What you? Run. Oh no! What? Seriously, what you?
She's evil.
I thought you said this was going to work.
Well, it sort of worked. She's back. She don't have her original attitude though, I guess.
That's not Lisa. You said it was going to work.
Well, sorta. I mean, look,
Fix
it's evil
it.
Lisa.
No, that's not Lisa. Fix it.
Oh,
I'm out.
She's mean. She's mean.
I'm out of here. Just whatever. You take care of that problem. You said it was going to work. It didn't. I'm leaving now. I'm going back to the city. I'm getting out of here.
Lisa's dead again. Okay, so as I promised, here is the in-depth information on how the teleporter works and show you that it does in fact work. So let's on both sides down here, or both ends of the teleporter, I've sealed this up basically for temporary, but we can see that I have the spatial drive, the ME controller. Those are both receiving power. This end, they are receiving power from behind right there. You can see that there's some. Here, let me get this cleared out a little bit. I should have left this a little open until I showed this. But yeah, the power and the ME control is coming down along the back side there, and you can see I have the one. This is the input point to point up there that comes from the button on the inside of the pod, and it goes in and immediately comes back out the white right here, the white P2P tunnel. The reason I did that is just to for one, these act as a repeater because they're only one directional. So input signal comes from up there and comes out down here. The signal will not go back through that P2P tunnel. It's only one way. And then the one on the P2P tunnel on this side is connected to the button at the other pod through the ME network. This spatial I/O port and ME controller are their own little private network. You can see that the cable here does not connect to that at all. So it's just its own little private network, and it's connected up to all of the energy cells and spatial pylons that make up the pod up there. Now for the door control, I have the universal sensor here, which is set to just basically detect any player and send a redstone signal. Now I have to use the RedNet cable to get the redstone signal from the universal sensor to go ahead and turn off that redstone torch. So I'm using the redstone torch to invert the signal coming from that, because when I tried to change the behavior to this to invert it, it didn't really want to work. So it I don't know if that's a bug in 1.6.4 or not or whatever, but this works. The redstone torch is directly above the middle block of the drawbridges up here. You can see there's 3 drawbridges, 1, 2, 3. The redstone torch is directly below the center of the middle one, and that spreads its redstone signal. It sends a strong redstone signal into the center, which then again sends a weak signal over to the sides for when you're not near it, and closes up the door. So if we look on the inside here, we've got spatial pylons all around and energy cells in between them. These energy cells produce way more than they hold way more than they actually need to do the teleport. If we come down here and look at the interface for the spatial I/O port, we can see that it only requires 36K to do a store, a store function or a export function. We have 1042K available, so there's never going to be a problem with energy here. Now the way I have the pylons configured, it's 100% efficient, so that keeps that energy usage down too. So I've really done a lot of overkill here. I wouldn't need to have as many pylons, and I wouldn't have to have as many energy cells as I used. I just use them mostly for the visual effect of them more than anything on the inside of the pod here. Now, I did finally, like I posted in the previous video, I realized what I had done wrong. I had it on the right setting, but I needed to switch my I and my S from the I needed to be the constant of, it doesn't really matter what number that is, and S needed to be the variable 0. And then there's a second thing that is just whether you pick the sawtooth, a sine wave, square wave, whatever. You want the sawtooth if you want to get this nice rotating pattern where it looks like it's spinning around the room. And if I step back a little bit, it's a little easier to see at this angle. You can see it looks like it just spins around the room all the time. A sawtooth rising makes the spin go, I think that's clockwise. Sawtooth falling makes it go counterclockwise. And I'll just show you real quick what sine wave does. It just kind of makes it bounce back and forth. It's and then those ones over there never light up. And then the square wave, I don't know what that's going to do. That's just going to make it on all the time. Triangle makes it bounce a little bit, and it actually bounces all the way around. But I want it on rising to be clockwise. This one, the one on my base spins clockwise. The one in the city spins counterclockwise, so that I can kind of, at a glance at the lights at the top, know which one I'm in, if I'm wondering. So this button here is connected down to the. It's connected down to the point-to-point thing with just a couple pieces of redstone conduit from Ender.io. This could be replaced with the RedNet cable if you're not using the Ender.io. So other than that, that's the only thing that's not in the core pack, that little bit of conduit. And like I said, the only reason I did use the Ender.io conduit up there is so that I would be able to disguise the conduit. On the back here you can see it's conduit facade. So otherwise, and this is my tester, but this is my emergency button back here, so it's connected down there too, so I can actually activate the pod without going inside of it in case somebody gets stuck in there. Or I can have somebody else activate this button if I get stuck in there. But yeah, the only reason I used the conduit facade was so that I could have that blend in on the back. If you didn't use the conduit facade, if you used if you didn't use the ME conduit, you would have to use the redstone. redstone cable. Yeah, what am I trying to say? This stuff. This other stuff that I've been using down here. This stuff, yeah, red net cable, that's what I was trying to say. You'd have to use the red net cable, and you can't disguise this as easy, so it would have a little bit of a bump out if I used covers to cover it up or whatever, so which could have been done, but moving right along. So I think that's pretty much the explanation of it. Now, or explanation of that. So let's get into the how it actually works. So when the button is pressed, it sends a signal to this white input right here, which immediately transmits its signal right over to the precision export bus, which is set to only work on a redstone signal, and then it'll export a 16 cubed spatial storage drive from the primary ME system. The primary ME system being the one that controls my base and everything like that. So it will push that into the spatial I/O port. At that point, it receives the signal. This RedNet controller down here receives the signal from the white, delays 20 ticks. That's 20 ticks right there. And then it sends a signal to the orange, which is connected to the spatial I/O port, which is going to activate it, and if there's a drive here, it's going to attempt to store whatever's inside the pod on the drive and push it over to here. As soon as it is stored whatever, this import bus is going to take that drive into the ME system, and then we have to go to the other end. Well, let's just assume that we were at the other end. And at the same time that I push the button here, it sends a signal to the other end and comes out the purple. Now on the other end, when the other end receives that purple signal, where is it at? When it receives that purple signal, it starts counting for 5 seconds. That's 100 ticks. And then after 5 seconds, it sends a white signal out on the RedNet cable, which activates the export bus on the other end, pushing the drive into the spatial I/O port, which has already had whatever stored on this end. And then again, since it's sending a white signal, the initial timer receives the white signal and then does another delay and sends a signal 1 second later to the orange on the other end. So a little bit of complex timing. This could all be accomplished with vanilla mechanics too, but the RedNet controller keeps the timer really compact. So if you did it otherwise, if you used the regular repeaters, it would take quite a few of them and a lot more space underneath here. So let's go inside and let's push the button and cross our fingers that I got everything set right now. If there's a lot of lag on the server, or there's something up wrong on the other end or whatever, there is a potential of getting stuck in the drive. So let's hope that doesn't happen to me this time. Okay, I'm in the space, and I'm out of the space. So if I look up, look there, the lights are going counterclockwise now. So I'm definitely not in the same chamber. Button's still there, everything's good. If I walk over here, I can exit, and I am not at the base anymore. I am, in fact, in the city. So there we go. I've been transported through the quantum field ring to the other end and exported from the storage drive into this pod. So I hope that you guys like this build. I had a lot of fun figuring this out and recording it and doing this. Let me know what you think I should do for my next crazy build. I'm not sure. I'm running out of things to do. I still have the I put a security door on this because I was tired of mobs sneaking into there while I was working. So I still have to do the buildings over here. I still have to actually set these up to be functioning restaurant and smoothie shop. This is the smoothie shop, ice cream parlor type place. Maybe I will actually make it a smoothie shop and ice cream parlor. That would be kind of nice. And then this building over here is going to be a butcher shop. So I still have to do a lot with that. I don't know if, let me know if you want to see all that done on camera, if you just want to see the end results, because it's going to be a lot of Steve's Factory Manager and programming and stuff. There's not going to be a ton of building to be done. So yeah, let me know what you think about that and how I should present that. So, and anyway, I think that's where I'm going to be about done with this video. So, let's see you back to base. Hey, thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it. Thanks for coming by, Shane. And be sure and leave a like, a comment, a thumbs up, all that fun stuff. And a comment even if you didn't care for the video. And let me know how I could do better next time. So I will catch you later.
See yous.